Today, we will take a closer look at one of the many tools of the deep state, the blackmail business. You didn't think the deep state forgot to control politicians and other influential people, did you? Nobody gets into a position of power at that level without being fitted with a leash. Nobody. Seeing as the deep state have many different operations of this type, we will look at this one example, using some familiar names, just to illustrate the amount of control that the deep state has had. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are probably quite known to all of you by now, but the fact that Epstein was a disgusting molester and rapist has been put forth in the media, as the aspect you should focus on should tell you there is more going on. A lot more. So, let's boil this rotten stew down to a digestible soup. Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, was a key deep state player in the UK. There is a longer story to be told about his rise to power, which involves the same old banking cartels as always, but let's keep this short and to the point. In 1989, Maxwell had to sell his successful businesses to cover his debts. In 1991, his body was discovered floating in the Atlantic Ocean, having apparently fallen overboard from his yacht. How unlucky. Maxwell had been pushed out. Another key deep state player called Les Wexner, an American billionaire businessman, owned among other companies, Victoria's Secret. That same year as Robert Maxwell went for a swim, in July 1991, Les Wexner granted Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney of his estate, and also instated him as a trustee on the board of the Wexner Foundation. And just like that, Robert Maxwell and Les Wexner was out. Ghislaine and Epstein were in. To make a long story short, two arms of the blackmail businesses of the deep state was consolidated into one, under new management. If the nature of the relationship between Epstein and Maxwell has been portrayed as a little unclear, this is why. It was business, the blackmail kind. The main part of their operation took place on Epstein's Islands located in the U.S. Virgin Islands, known as Great St. James and Little St. James. These islands have been fairly untouched since Epstein's death in 2019, at least according to the media, although we know for a fact that U.S. authorities has combed through every square inch of them. Whatever went on with Epstein, Maxwell, and their prominent guests on the island, we can be quite certain that everything was being filmed and recorded. Visitors to the island includes royalty, heads of state, politicians, actors, tech billionaires, musicians, scientists, and so on. When Epstein didn't kill himself and Maxwell went into hiding, who took control of the blackmail material? I guess we will find out, sooner or later. And so will they. Why did the Clintons remain in control of many who's still in power? Blackmail. The Clinton family is working overtime. Panic in D.C. Why do you think they are panicking? Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. We have it all. Where we go one, we go all.